In August of 2019, a $100,000 site readiness grant was received from the Michigan Economic Development Corporation for funding feasibility studies, design and engineering studies, and marketing. Then in December of that year, the Enterprise Group team, along with representatives from Blackman Charter Township and the Jackson County Department of Transportation, met with Economic Development Administration folks to discuss the possibilities for a technology park and road improvements. An EDA grant team began pursuing a grant application at that time, and shortly after April 30th, 2020, applied for a grant. Approximately 1 year later, a grant was awarded. Work continues on the park and road improvements, with recent activity including the receipt of authorization to advertise for bids from the U.S. Department of Commerce for the park and road improvements, and we expect to see work on that beginning later this year.
To me, the most important thing is that the money that we're receiving is our tax dollars. So if we can continue to do a good job of figuring out how to get that back to our community, it benefits all of us. So once again, I just want to thank everybody that's been involved, and I'm glad you're all here today.
Myself, I've been involved, from the get-go. I understand, I know I'm preaching to the choir here, what it takes to pull off a project like this, and we're so thankful for the efforts of each and every one of you. I know Debbie in particular, but the list is long as far as Pete and Tim, and again, thank you all for your efforts. And this is just one more great project in Jackson. Jackson's on the move, so thank you.
Well, the Michigan Build Ready Sites program, this is just a great testament to that program, and I'm happy to be here today because it's like seeing my kid grow up and actually graduate. So in 2019, we launched the Michigan Build Ready Sites program so that we could increase the industrial property that we had across the state, so that we could be competitive, especially to some of the southern states that can give land away for free. And they've been in this game for many years before we started. So I'm happy to say that when we launched in 2019, Jackson was one of our premier sites that we wanted to actually make a priority and to see this day come to fruition. So without all of the collaboration, we would not be here today, and I hope that you can see from all of the speakers and the networking that you're doing that it does take a team and a village to get this done. And we're going to continue to work with Jackson and the community to make sure that we get this filled up so that we can have more jobs and investment in the state.
I echo the words of our supervisor here. We need to continue to collaborate and work together, and through the information and education, we can work together and deliver funds and resources back here to our local community. And Congressman Wahlberg's proven that over the last few years, has been able to deliver tens of millions of dollars. And we don't boast about it on our website or news releases, et cetera, but we just want to be public servants that work for our community and deliver those federal dollars. And so without further ado, he's got better words than me, so I'll just read the Congressman's quote on this $6 million grant. I am encouraged that the CARES Act continues to make a positive impact in Michigan's 7th District. These federal resources will help strengthen Jackson County's infrastructure and lead to greater job growth and economic activity in our community. I am grateful to the Enterprise Group of Jackson for their leadership on this project and dedication to boosting our local economy.
We are the only federal agency that's dedicated specifically to economic development. EDA punches above its weight class when it comes to leveraging federal dollars into local communities. And these projects are always driven by private sector need and demand. The creation of high-skill, high-wage jobs and private sector investment is what drives an EDA investment into a local community. My responsibility with EDA is to work with local partners to provide hands-on application assistance in project development identification and helping applicants to develop competitive applications. And that's what we got here today. It was a competitive application that ultimately led to direct funding, and it was a large award for EDA. The $5.9 million ask under the the CARES Act program is probably one of our largest investments we made with that funding. during that particular fiscal year. So congratulations to the local team to get to this point.
So this is 188 acres. About 142 of it is going to be developable property for manufacturing plants. Right down across from Technique, there will be a new signal, and the road to the park will actually enter there. There's going to be a new sidewalk all along County Farm Road. You'll see some of the drawings along the edge of the tent. There'll be improvements on the roadway all the way from Airport Road to Blackman Road. So there'll be a lot of changes here. I know, Scott, we've talked about this before. At Shift Change, they have a lot of employees that actually walk down this side of the road to get to the bus stop, and you can just see how fast the traffic goes here. There's going to be a lot of improvements, and I have to say to Lee, wherever he went, thank you again, because when we started this process, we weren't sure we were going to be able to get a sidewalk in the deal. And you know, it was one of those things where we worked and got the data, and the people at Blackman Public Safety helped us with accident data. You would not believe the reams of things that we had to come up with to be able to demonstrate the need for some of the improvements that we put into this project. So we're really excited about it. We got our clearance letter earlier this week, so the bids will be going out, and I think bid opening is, Debbie, July 5th? Yes. July 5th.